record it for people who,
This meeting is being recorded.
we want to get the recognition recorded for people who are not able to see it right now.
There we go. It's
Then
being-
we're going to kind of look back at last year and then what we have coming up and then talk about some goal setting. And then we'll talk about nail bars and keeping your mindset in the right place. All right. So Dar, you got it recorded. I'm going to put myself on mute and you're going to start us off, right, Dar?
Actually, Haley's going to start us
Oh,
off.
Haley is, that's right. Yep. All right. Sorry.
right.
All right, Haley. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, you guys. So we're going to do a little recognition. So I'll start with our top 10 on our whole team, Beautifully Polished. And then we'll go through the stylists who enrolled 2 people. And then if you enrolled 1 person last month, then we're going to ask you to raise your hand. And then we'll come up with some other things that we can celebrate. Okay. So the top 10, I'm going to start with number 10. Hang on. Let me count this out real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Number 10 is our girl, Dina Doyle at 2,284 in person.
Wow.
So congrats, Dina. And you guys can unmute and cheer for each other, clap, whatever.
Woo, woo.
Go, Gina.
Yeah, girl.
Number 11, or I'm sorry, not number 11, number 9, sorry, is Cindy. Is it Dom?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Cindy Dom. And with 2,295 PV. Woohoo.
Awesome.
Then we have in number 8, we have Katie Bouchard with 2,332 in PV. So congratulations.
Woohoo.
Katie.
Nice.
And then we have number 7 is Jacqueline Pizzulo. I hope I'm saying that right. Am I? Woo. She had
Yay.
oh wait, hold on a second. Oh, this is weird, Debbie. It did not come up in order. Oh wait, yes,
Oh,
it
it
did.
did? I was gonna say, it should've.
Never mind. I was looking at the
Okay.
one above it. Hold on. I was
Okay.
like, wait a second. Okay, she had $2,453. So yay for Jacqueline. And then next up, we have Jennifer Brownlee with $2,558. So congrats,
Awesome.
Jennifer. And then what am I on? Number 5. Yep. Number 5 is Tracy Wilson with 2,569 PV. And then we have Rachel Deal with the number 5 with 2,679 PV.
Yay.
Then we have a number 3. We have Dana Sturm with $2,803.
Yes.
Yeah,
girl.
Dana.
Then in second place, we have Miss Darlene Lavoie with $3,606.
Yay, Dar.
Thank you.
And then in number 1 on our whole team, Beautifully Polished, we have Janice Hayes with 4,100.
Wow.
All right, Janice. Great job, everyone.
Congratulations. And then we had 2 people last month who enrolled 2 stylists. So we have Jessica, I hope I'm saying this right, Spafford, who enrolled 2 stylists. Congrats. And then Annie, is it Netivier? Did I say it right?
I think so. I think
Okay.
the Canadian names get me a little bit,
Yes, I know I met Annie in Revere.
I know.
And she also enrolled 2 stylists. So if you enrolled a stylist, go ahead and even if you enrolled 1 stylist last month, drop your name in the comments or do a little wave so that we can shout you out for enrolling a stylist in the month of December. Congratulations. And then if there's anybody on here who has promoted, we don't have promotions yet from last month, but if you're on the call and you have promoted, feel free to unmute yourself and share, or you can drop it in the comments if there's anybody who promoted to a new rank. Anybody out there on the call who promoted last month? I see a couple showing up in the comments. Stephanie, Elite Stylist, Amy Hennessy, folder. Yay, Jackie has a new stylist. Welcome. Yep, Lana got a lead stylist. Yep, I know it's going too fast now. So congratulations, everybody. Yay, I see some of my teammates on here. Woo, great job getting on too. All right, anything else you guys think we should shout out, celebrate? Any other recognition that anybody has? Anything? No. All right, well, I want to recognize all of you guys for hopping on the call because I know
Yeah,
that
definitely.
those who show up go up, and you are taking the time to dedicate toward your business right now. So kudos to you. So, all right, who am I handing it over to next?
I think me.
All right, Dari.
Thank you, Haley. Unless Deb wants to click in.
No,
Okay.
let's hear from you, Doc. Great job, Haley. Great job, everybody.
Okay, so we're going to talk about some of the things that were accomplished in 2022. We're talking about some goal setting tonight, and sometimes, whether that means a dream board, or I just heard from our field development leader, a dream pillow. I don't know whether it's dream. I don't know what she called it. I can't remember now. What's the dream case? A dream case, and vision boards and stuff. And sometimes we forget to look back at the vision board and actually to see what we've actually accomplished. So if you look at so the company's doing that too now. Okay. So you want to look back and go, oh my gosh, all this stuff happened in 2022. Hand and nail care line. That fabulous. Our lipstick line, subscription boxes, different unique promotions, such as a gift with purchase. They're always trying to come up with things that keep our company moving forward and keeping them ahead of our competitors. Our first college licensing, more FAQs when things are introduced, comp plan changes, warehouse in Canada, our regional field development managers, which are helping, I think it's director and above now, director through senior director.
I think senior team leader now.
Oh, senior team leader. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I think, and just having someone else to talk to outside of your upline, I think it really helps to bring perspective for you. I just think it's an amazing thing for these development managers to come in. Our national opportunity calls with Mr. Park, and many new corporate hires to help with new and improved innovation. So the company is, while they will admit they've got some work to do, when there's a lot of growth like we've had, we've got to catch up with some things. And so there's a lot of great things coming for us in 2023 to look forward to. But we have accomplished so much, even in the time of, we can say last year was a really big economic inflation, and we're going to talk about mindset tonight. And so I think the company is trying to shift their mindset as well to help us as well. Dina and Haley and I and Deb, we're all going to tell you it hasn't been easy, even though, some of us have really, we've been able to keep up with some of our things. I've had a really, really tough year health-wise, but also with inflation, there's days, if you think that you're alone in the fact that you don't feel like getting up and doing the things that are gonna help you with your business, you're not alone. This is, we're all in this together. And I know that sounds cliche, but sometimes I have to push myself to get up. I have to push myself to do those reach outs for people, for purchases, for parties, for even trying samples, and getting back to, we always say that, getting back to the basics in coloring 10. And so some things for me had to take a back seat, but I chose not to let my business take a back seat. I continued to try. I continued to reach out to my customers, but there are days when I didn't feel like it. And I can tell in my business. So what you do now, you actually kind of see in like 90 days. So if you're feeling like you're not getting, oh, my husband's reminding me that I took my computer to the hospital with me when I was hospitalized a couple times. But when you're feeling like I'm getting a no, 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 and you finally get those yeses, you might not see immediate results right away. You're going to see those down the line, which is why if you take a step back a little bit from time to time and you need that time, give yourself grace. You're going to be able to see that you've established a good habits to continue your business. You might see some turn down in your business, and rightfully so with our economy, the way it's been harder. All of our volumes are down, enrolling is harder. But I think, we can set goals, look to ourselves. I always like to use my acronym called AIM. Acknowledge and address the things that are keeping me from doing what I need to do. Like some things I can't do anything about that. But there are times when, like if I don't feel like I can do it perfect, I don't even want to attempt it. Well, that's not even reasonable. I just have to get started. So I have to address the things that keep me from doing the things I want to do to reach my goals. Get inspired. That's the I of that. Get inspired by something that inspires me. Look to people that are like Dina and Deb and like top leaders in the company that are doing their things. They're not doing they don't perfect, they don't do it all the time. They have days when they don't feel like doing it like I do, but I get inspired by them because they can pull themselves out of it. And so the I is inspired, and then M is for motivation and moving on. So, if I don't do it perfectly, sometimes I lose motivation, or if I don't accomplish what I want to accomplish, I lose that motivation. So I got to move on from that. Okay. Not everything's going to have the result I want right away either. Sometimes it takes time. So I just aim high. So that's just my little tidbit about how I try to pull myself out. A was address and acknowledge, a lot of people it's easy to blame something else for not succeeding. And so if you acknowledge, really, did I really reach out to 2 people a day? Probably not. Did I do this and this and this and this? Probably not. So, and A for accountability. Take accountability for where you're at. Don't look to blame other things for it, is what I'm trying to say with that. So, aim high. So in 2023, I'm going to aim high and our company's aiming high. They have a lot of things coming. They're going to relook at the comp plan. I said, they were looking to make some changes. So they're going to relook at our comp plan and hopefully make some good changes, some solutions. The comp plan was designed when our company was in when the economy was in a better state. I was going to say gooder. It was in a good state. Glad you're laughing with me. Thank you. So they're going to look at that again, going to establish, they're going to hold off on creating the new ranks that they were going to create. And until they decide what they want to do with the comp plan again.
What do you want? Can you help me figure out my hair straightener? Why don't you bring it down here since I'm.
So the other things that they're doing is more makeup, of course. Early spring is when they're telling us we're going to get our next makeup line, a makeup piece. Leader Summit's coming up in March. If you've qualified for Leader Summit already, they've made it so that if you've hit senior director one time in the year, that you're eligible to go. So Leader Summit's in Hollywood, Florida. Then we have our trip. Who's got some trip points? I think we got a girl who's earned the trip already on here. Where's Miss Haley Looney? I think she's earned the trip. I thought I saw her name on there somewhere. Has anybody else earned the trip so far? Put it in the comments if you've earned the trip. Congratulations. Conference in Salt Lake City, Utah. How fun is that? Our spring catalog will be coming, but not only that, they're working on, so we have a core they tell us that our core catalog really is like a certain number of pieces. So what they're planning to do, or what they're thinking about doing, is having a core catalog all year long, and then having 4. Yay, Haley! Congratulations. Someone said congratulations, Haley. I didn't see you put it in there, Haley. But they're going to have 4 seasonal catalogs, they told us today. They're working on that. So how fun is that? A possible expansion to Germany in the first quarter of this year. How awesome. More organization with specials and promos planned for the entire year. They're getting still more staff in the home office. With this growth and with the changes in technology, they need to have that staff in place. And I already said the yearly catalog. And another thing they were talking about is having an education piece, especially for the makeup. So not just giving us the makeup, but they're going to educate us on like things like, a lot of people didn't know what diamond dusted meant on the lipsticks. So we're coming out with some education. And once a month, our Tuesday training is going to be on product education. How's that for things to look forward to in 2023? I think Dina Doyle is up, or Deb's up with our goal setting piece. So now that you know what's coming, maybe you can set some goals for yourself and see what you want to accomplish. Maybe it's the Q crew or the Super 700 squad. Thank you, everybody.
Okay, I got home in time. Okay. Hang on. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. You're missing the back, though.
Deb's
you hear
just
me?
driving in from,
Okay.
just got in from at the airport and from Nashville, and she is so dedicated that we moved
Okay.
the meeting time for her. And thank you.
Yes, I want to say
There you
thank
go.
you for that. You know, we didn't want to change our meeting and I couldn't get an earlier flight. We tried. Couldn't get an earlier flight. So I appreciate everybody doing this an hour later because I feel it's real important, especially kicking off the year, that I wanted to be with you guys tonight. So thank you so much. If this is your first meeting, which I believe there are some first people, I'm Debbie Bry. I'm one of your uplines. You just heard from Haley Looney, Haley Cameron, who may be one of your uplines, or Darlene Lavoie. So thanks to them. Yeah, as Darlene said, there's so many great, cool things that we have done that when you sit back, the amount of things we accomplished last year as a company, and I know sometimes it was overwhelming because it was almost so much stuff. You felt like every time you turned around, there was something new. But that's pretty incredible, everything that our company was able to put out last year. And now all the new things that we still have yet to come. I feel like our company's in a great place now as far as what we have to offer, how much more prepared they are. You know, up till now, although Mr. Park had business experience, he didn't have direct sales experience, which is totally different. So these first 5 years, they've really worked at getting the best of the best and getting people in places and things, implementing things. And now I feel we're in that place now. They've hired more home office people and all the things Darlene just told you about to now provide us a great business moving forward. So with that said, with all these great things, goals are really important. And I think everybody knows that in every area of your life, what do we hear with New Year's? You hear everything about goals. People start going to the gym, right? Usually for the month of January, and it dies out. People start working or eating differently, usually for a month or two, and it dies out. So I want to talk about goals and the importance of setting things that it's not going to die out in January, that what you set now is going to help carry you through the whole year. Will you hit every goal? Maybe not, but if you learn to set them the right way, then it makes it way more doable. And like some of us were talking, I couldn't see because I was on the drive with my phone. I'm not good at Zoom on my phone, who was on, but we kind of talked as before the meeting started about the word of the year. And I was saying, my word is focus. I know I'm not the only person out there. I feel like since COVID, I'm just not as focused as I used to be. And I'm tired of using that as an excuse of, yeah, since COVID, I'm not as focused. I'm done with that. So I'm controlling that focus now And because I have seen a difference in my business from not focusing, I've seen a big difference. And so for me personally, my word of the year is focus, which means my goals need to be very intentional around being focused. And I need to get back to getting one thing done at a time and not getting distracted by 100 other things. Dara, I can't mute. Can you mute maybe Becky? I think that might be hers. Or Becky, if you hear me, if you can mute. I think that's you because your box is highlighted.
Insisted his true name was
Is that you? Oh. There we go. Thanks, Becky. So for me, some of my goals are going to be focused around that, about being intentional and being focused when I have my work hours, when I have my family time, et cetera, et cetera. So again, it's that time of year. I want you to look at goals, and not just for your Color Street business, but different areas of your life. It may be your health goal. It may be a financial goal, maybe your work goal, it may be, or goals in all these areas, maybe goals with friends, maybe you haven't seen friends as much, it may be vacation goals, whatever it is. But you've got to write, first and foremost, you have to write your goals down. If you don't write them down, they're just something in your head that you think about, and you're just not going to take them as serious. How many times have you thought about doing something? I don't know about you guys, but I'm a list person. If I think in my head the things I have to do, I might get it done. But if I have it written down, boy, I love checking the boxes. I will do it in my phone and use like the notes, but or the task list, but it still isn't as good to me. And I don't hold true as much as if it's written down on paper, because I'm a paper person. So you've got to write them down, then share them with a positive person in your life. And I'm going to talk about work goals right here now, although you can do goals for all different areas, but I want you to share your work goals with who is supporting you in your business. Is it a family member? Is it a spouse? Is it a friend? Is it someone else on the team? Because that person can definitely be that lifeline for you that is going to cheer you up or cheer you on when you're feeling, that can cheer you on when you're feeling great about it, but also motivate you when you're struggling and you're not doing things like you should. But you also, for me, I need the person, here's perfect example. I know I've put on, my weight is different right now than it was even a few months ago. My husband's great. If I comment on it, he'll say, you look great, whatever. I know in my head, it's not the same. So I need, I don't know if I necessarily want him to say, yeah, go, you need to lose 25 pounds, but hearing you look the same to me doesn't help me. I need to hear that. I need a kick in the butt too. So when you're talking about your work goals, if you're not hitting your goal, have that, whatever some people want, it's okay, you can do it, but you might be the person that needs, don't tell me I can do it, motivate me and say something to me that kicks me in the butt to get me to do it. I need that person for me. I need not the person that says, oh, you're going to be fine, you're going to be fine. I need the person that's going to kick me in the butt. So know what you need and ask that person to give you what you need to kick you in the butt. If you need more than just the backpack that says it's okay, you're going to get it. So that's a little side note. Okay, so share it. Your goals want to be something that are going to fuel and motivate you. All right. You want them to help you provide a routine in your life, especially with your business. And I want you to get them to keep you organized and create discipline in your life with your business. All right. So one acronym you can think of when you're writing goals is SMART. You hear that a lot. Color Street's done training on it. That means they're specific, they're measurable, attainable. Yep. Thanks, Dee. Relevant.
Yeah, relevant.
And time bound.
Yes.
All right. So let's talk about each of those real quick. You want them to be clearly defined. All right. They're not wishes or resolutions. You want them to be tangible. All right. And you want them to be specific. So let's just say I'm talking about sales, sponsoring, maybe building a team. So let's say your goal is to sell $600 a month. All right.
I want you to be specific and say that. I don't want you to just say, I want to improve my sales. You have to be specific about it. What do you want to do each month? I know I try to never be below 600 is always my goal. Maybe your goal is never to be below 300. All right. On a side note, why is that a good goal to never want to be below 300? Color Street offers a lot of benefits at 300. In my mind, if you want to run Color Street as a business and you want your business to grow in 2023, you need to be doing absolute minimum of $300 because that's about one beauty bar. We need beauty bars to make our business grow. That gets you new customers, potential new stylists, new people in your VIP group. All right. So one beauty bar would get you about $300. Corporate offers, incentives and stuff that typically require you to be selling at least $300 to be that qualified stylist. $300 also gets you 25% commission instead of 15% commission. Why wouldn't you want to earn 25% instead of 15? If you enroll somebody, if you want to get paid a percentage, you have to be selling $300. So if you're new or if you haven't been doing it, to create that habit of knowing how to get to 300, which is about 8 orders, it just sets you up for a lot more things that you're eligible for in our business. So set a sales goal and figure out what it is. I firmly believe if you're on this call, you want more from your business. You want to be doing something with it. So I would highly advise setting at least 300 for you on this call and what you need to do to get your 300. So you want to set something that is specific. All right. You want it to be measurable. You want to be able to keep track of it. All right. So, sales can be pretty easy to keep track of. So 1 month you sell 300, the next month you sell 600. Well, what the heck did you do that was different? Did you do 2 nail bars or beauty bars? I still am not in the habit of saying that word all the time. Did you do 2 that got you 600? Did you have a vending event? Did you make more phone calls? Did you offer a certain special? Did Color Street offer a special? What gave you, how can you measure why your sales were that much higher? All right, so keep that. Maybe you set a goal of enrolling a person a month. One month you enrolled 0, the next month you enrolled 1. How many people did you reach out to get 1? Did you reach out to 30 people? Whereas when you got 0, you reached out to 1. So start keeping track of what you're doing when you're making these things happen. And that's how you can make it measurable. Again, making them attainable. All right. If you want to achieve your goals, let's say you start this month. Let's say you just signed up and you signed up with our $29 digital special. I don't want to see you say, I want to be an executive in my first month. It's just probably not attainable. All right. I'm 99.99% sure you're not going to do it. You could, if you come in and you bring a whole bunch of people that you knew from somewhere else. So I'm not saying it's impossible. However, pick something that would be attainable. Attainable for a new person is Jumpstart. Go for that Jumpstart goal. Go for putting samples on 25 new people a week because everyone's going to be brand new to you. But give yourself something that is definitely achievable, but you also want to push your limits. All right. So if you've been selling 300 a month, don't put $300 a month as a goal. Maybe you're going to raise it to 400 a month. But if you've been selling 300 a month, I don't know if I jump to, I'm going to now sell 2,000 a month. Again, you want to feel good when you hit your goals. Okay. Right? You want to be able to celebrate when you're hitting them. So don't set them too low, but don't set them too high that you're going to go, nope, didn't do it, I'm done. All right. So make attainable goals that are doable. Then don't just write the goal, but you have to write the action steps. I think that's where most people fall short. They say, okay, I'm going to sell $300 a month, but they don't have a clue how they're going to do it. They want to sell $600 a month, but no clue how to do it. If 1 in 20 people say yes, how many people should you be reaching out to? If your average nail bar, and our company average is actually a little bit higher in a beauty bar than 300. What is your average? If your average is 150 or 200, then you might need to be setting more nail bars if you want to sell 600 in a month. So you've got to look at what your averages are and base things not just on a company average, but on yourself. So then you've got to write the steps. Okay, I know I want to sell $600. My average nail bar is $150. Well, then you probably need to set up minimum of 4 beauty bars or 4 events, right? What if one cancels? Well, then if their average is 150, then you might be short. So you might want to set up one extra in case one cancels. Or maybe you know that you have a certain amount of subscription box sales every month that you can count on. Then you can count, I know I have 6 people sign up for subscription boxes, so I'm going to count on 4 getting it every month. So I know there's $100 in my sales right there that I can hopefully count on. I need to find 500 more, but I want to keep trying to get 1 more subscription box person a month. So maybe I'm going to be reaching out to 20 people about the subscription box every month. So these are all things you can think about with your sales. Are you trying to get events? Are you doing nail bars? Are you trying to get sales from, or beauty bars, sorry. Are you trying to get them from subscription boxes? We have a great graphic we're going to put out after this that was created by a leader on another team to help you hit the 700 Society. It's amazing. It's all the cute little graphics, the things you can check off, but it rolls all these things into one. Remember, your sales, you got to get them from all over the place. All right. You want to get them from VIP group, from beauty bars, from events, from subscription boxes. And so this is a great little check mark graphic she made to help you get to that 700 a month. So you want to make them, you want to make the goals attainable and write the steps down. You want to make them relevant. All right. Make them about your business. If you're making goals about your business, make them relevant to what you're doing. All right. So again, if you just started, a relevant goal is for you to be hitting Jumpstart. If you've been in it a year, you're not going to put anything about Jumpstart. Maybe it's going to be you want to hit a new rank, or maybe it's going to be you want to get back to a rank you were. I loved on one of our daily, I want to say chores, the little things each day. The daily challenges. Martha said, I want to quit just acting like my business. I want to take my business more serious, and I think she wants to become an elite stylist. Like she said, it's time to kick myself in the butt, kick myself in the butt, into gear, and get this done. So again, we can all say we want things, but we got to act on it. All right. So make them relevant to what you're doing. Make them time bound. All right. Put a time on it. If you just say, I want to promote to elite stylist, and you give yourself a year, you probably aren't going to push it that hard. All right. Remember, elite stylist is selling $1,250, and it can be you and a team member selling that. All right. So give yourself a time frame. I want to be elite within 3 months, because then after that, I'm going to move to the next rank. So don't make it, like I said, don't do executive director in 1 month. All right. But don't also underestimate yourself that you're giving yourself too much time for something. All right. So again, it's a good time to reach out to an upline and say, okay, this is what I want to do with my business. Let's look at a realistic time frame of how I've been working, the time I'm willing to commit to my business, what time I have to work towards it, how serious you're using your time. There's a lot of things that you know about yourself that get with your upline or a sideline person, if you trust them, and have them help you put on paper what is realistic for you. All right. So set weekly goals, set monthly goals, set a 3-month goal, and then you can set an end of the year goal. But you want to set small ones that you can be doing, that you can pat yourself on the back to then get to that monthly goal, to get to the 3-month goal, to get to yearly goals. Okay. So I hope this helps. And as Haley said, I think it was Haley or Darlene, one of them, Haley, I think, those who show up, go up. I can't emphasize enough how important it is, especially right now, when I feel like we all in life have not come back to where we were. I feel like people were just way more focused Either that or we were all just in the rat race with everything before COVID. But I can't tell you how important staying connected is. I've seen where our team was when we were all on these calls and we were excited and motivating each other and doing things together, and things were exploding. And I see what's happening as people aren't checking in and coming to these things. It's very easy to turn on your business if you're not checking in. It's kind of like friendships. Think about your friendships. You've got to give to a friendship, right? If you're not giving to a friendship and putting the time in, the friendship can fizzle. And it's the same with your business. If you're not making the effort, you're not reaching out, you're not putting in effort to your business, it's really easy to lose interest and to just fizzle. So if you don't want to fizzle, stay connected. Get on calls, get on, check in with, find a sideline sister that you can check in with. But that is what I truly believe, what was the motivating key factor to our team was all of us right off the bat getting to know each other and having so many people local that the energy just spread throughout our team. And we want to get people back to that, where come to in-person meetings, get on Zooms with our team, get on Zooms with the company, because I'm telling you, that's going to be what lights your fire and what makes you keep wanting to do it. When you're sitting by yourself at home, it's really easy to say, I don't want to do it anymore. All right. Just like working out at home, it's never as fun as if you're out being with other people. Just like friendships, it's a lot easier to be with friends, to continue a friendship, than to just think about friends. All right. So that's my advice, and I can't wait to see where we go with 2023. I am fired up. I told you I'm focused this year. My focus has been distracted, so I'm focused on you guys. I'm here. I'm excited for everything that we have to have together this year. So, all right, I'm ready to turn it over to Dina now, right?
Yes.
So now that we have some goals, she's going to talk about those beauty bars.
Yes, yes. Okay, and I have to share really quickly, this was my vision board from last year, and then this is mine from this year. Debbie and her husband, Jeff, have inspired me with that. So I have these hanging in my bedroom. So I see them before I go to bed, and then I see them when I wake up in the morning. So that's a good focus. And then I got my first planner. Well, I've had planners before, but I don't stick with them. So I have a planner. I am ready to set my goals and to follow through. So, okay, I just wanted to share a little bit about bookings and beauty socials. I am coming on 5.5 years with Color Street, and a lot of people will ask me, how have you sustained your business over that stretch of time? And I absolutely love this product. I love Color Street. I love self-care. I love helping people save money and time. So I do talk about it every chance I get. I do pour into my VIP group. And most specifically, most importantly, I do parties every week. When I first joined, they were in person. And then, like Debbie mentioned, COVID, we pivoted and did everything online. And I've still been doing the online Facebook parties. I try to do 1 to 2 a week. I don't always, they don't pour in when I, reach out to ask if someone would like the chance to earn these for free. It's not like it just happens very quickly with a response. I do really work hard on developing relationships and making connections so that I can get those beauty socials booked. So a couple of things that I do, I have the mindset every month that I will do a minimum of 4 Facebook parties, hoping for 8. So that's kind of always my range. And so how do I get those? How does somebody get bookings? And maybe you're new and you've never done a party. Maybe you did one a couple years ago or a couple months ago, and you kind of forgot that groove of doing how that works and how to do those parties. Or maybe you had one and it didn't go like you had hoped, so you're hesitant to do another one. This is the perfect time to put yourself out there, to stretch yourself, and to get back into doing parties, beauty socials. It is the number one way for me to continue to meet new people. I don't want to rely on my VIP group because they're not going to need polish every month. But if I constantly meet new people from doing these beauty socials, then my goal is to get them to join my VIP group. So I'm growing my VIP group. So I do that a number of ways. So I made a list. Anybody who posts in my VIP group, like they post their nail fee, that is my number one way. Like I have a running list, like literally a notebook, nothing fancy. And I write down who posts nail fees because I know if they're posting nail fees, they love the product enough to take a picture and post it. So I will send them a private message. The magic for me is in Messenger. That's where I make everything happen. I will message them, thanking them for posting their nail fees and sharing how I love to see what they're wearing. And I would love to hook them up with free polish. And then I'll say, it's fast, fun, and easy. I would love to hook you up. And then that kind of starts the dialogue. You know, I will create a shopping link for you. Your friends and family can buy from you, and we will earn you some freebies. I love spoiling my hostesses. So people love to hear that. I love spoiling my hostesses. It's fast, fun, and easy. And, you know, this is a great way for me to get you some freebies and to, you know, thank you for being a part of my VIP group. That's my biggest way. And so anytime somebody buys from me, when I thank them, I say, I can't wait to see your nail fees in my VIP group. So I'm giving them that reminder to post their nail fee. Then when they do, I'm starting a conversation with them, thanking them for posting it, complimenting their nail fees, and then hoping that I'd love to hook you up with some freebies. Also, people who are in my VIP group, maybe they're part of the engagement posts that I make. Maybe they're commenting. Those are the people who I will also reach out to, thanking them for being a part of my VIP group. I love, you know, that they're sharing, making it so interactive and fun. And, you know, I would love to hook you up with some freebies. I do a couple a month and I have 2 spots if you would like one. So being very specific, like Deb said in the SMART goal, I will share, you know, I have 2 if you would like one, because that does create some excitement and a sense of urgency to get that beauty social booked. I also will do a booking game in my VIP group. So if I don't have anything booked, I will do a booking game. And a booking game is simply when you, like, for example, I'll go to the Norma Clark graphic group, and there are many graphic groups where they'll have booking games. I'll do a search for booking games. I'll probably pick something that's seasonal, like maybe there'll be like 10 mittens, or maybe there'll be like 10 snowmen, and you pick the number and it will reveal a prize. And several of the prizes are, you know, a beauty social. And then, you know, really something that is important to note is just because I do a booking game, my goal is to get even one booked. I will have people who will pick a number and then I'll message them and they won't message me back, or they'll say, no, thanks, not right now. And that is absolutely okay. But I still put it out there because I know if I can get one person out of those 10, that's a win for me. And even if someone says, no, not right now, I'm, you know, pretty busy, I'll say, you know, no problem. Maybe I'll check back with you in a few months. Maybe when things are, you know, slower paced. And so it's still creating a dialogue. So those booking games, don't be afraid of booking games. I will say I used to shy away from them because I was like, oh, I don't want to bug people. What if they don't want to do, you know, a beauty social? I am offering them a chance to earn something for free. I am offering them a chance to share an amazing self-care product, whether it's the lip line, the nail care line, or the polish. And they're either going to say yes or no, not right now, or they're not going to message me back at all. All 3 of those happen to me pretty much every day. And that is okay. I also look at my Frank's list. especially if you're new, the Franks acronym, friends, relatives, acquaintances, neighbors, connections, and social media connections. I will go back to my Franks list and I will reach out to people and I will say, I have phoned a friend, like I phone in a favor, like my high school friends. I'll say, I need to get back in the groove of some, doing a couple more parties this month. And even if you're new, you could say, I would love to get some practice. So I have asked my core group of high school friends or core group of, coworkers and just said, I would love to get a couple parties, beauty socials booked this month. I would love to hook you up. And I'll just ask people who I'm very comfortable asking. I could just come right out and ask. And I've gotten parties booked that way. And then what else? Whenever people buy from me and I thank them for their order, I will say, I would love to hook you up. I would love to help you get some freebies. I do several a month and it's fast, fun, and easy. And I love to spoil my hostesses. So those are the key phrases that I say. I always want to keep it light. I always want to make it fast, fun, and easy. And I want to just share that part of Color Street and part of how I do this is sharing with new people. And then my way of thanking you is hooking you up with some freebies. And so I don't message people and say, will you have a party? Because that might sound like work to people. And then they're like, oh, I'm too busy. So a lot of times it's just the way we word things. I want people to know that it is just a great way to share an awesome product. So that's my format of how I do that. And I will say, not every party I do qualifies. Qualifies is getting to 150 with 3 orders. I've had a number of parties get 1 sale. I've had a number of parties get no sales. But to me, anytime I get a beauty social setup, that is a win because I'm talking with the hostess and developing a relationship. I'm getting practice. I'm trying new things. Maybe I'm tweaking the beauty social and trying some new graphics or trying some new engagement posts. So I never look at it as a fail. I look at everything as an opportunity to try something new and to build relationships. And I have had plenty of hostesses even cancel and, not respond to me. So the party never even takes off. I do not dwell on that. I just move on and look to somebody else who would like to earn freebies in a fast, fun, easy way. It happens to all of us. It is completely normal in any sort of business that people might change their mind. Or, I could do all the things. I could have an early bird special. I could go live. I could be hostess coaching. I mean, I've done all the things and I still might not have a party take off. So I have to remind myself not to overthink it, not to take it personally. It's just the way it goes. And I just move on and continue to offer and to continue to try new things. Okay, the biggest thing is staying in that groove of partying so we don't lose that momentum. That's why I try to have something every week. So that way I continue with that momentum and I don't lose that groove. Okay, what else? I think my final thing was that I wanted to say my call to action would be to challenge yourself to hold a mini booking blitz. Set your phone timer, maybe tomorrow. Set your phone timer for 20 minutes and go into Messenger and message 20 people. You could pretty much do 20 people in 20 minutes and see if from those 20 personal messages in Messenger, 2 people should message you back statistically. For every 10 you message, you should hear back from 1. So challenge yourself to message 20 people to see if you'll hear back from 2. Maybe you'll have a pocket of time this week to get something set up to be ready for the January 10th Valentine's Day Polish launch. So that's next week. So that's my goal, is to get some things booked now. So that way I have some things ready for that January 10th Valentine's Day launch. That Valentine's Day polish is so beautiful, and it's always a really popular collection. But it is the perfect time to set that goal for bookings. It's a great way to connect with new people, to color 10, to grow your VIP group. Oftentimes those hostesses or party goers might join your team to get trip points for Jamaica. So these bookings will help you really grow your business and to expand into all the things that, we're setting our goals for. So hopefully that was helpful. And if you've never seen a party, or Beauty Social, and if you've never been a part of one, just ask one of us or ask your upline, and we can add you to one so you can kind of see the format and the interaction of how that goes. So hopefully this was helpful. Thank you.
So helpful, Dina. I think now everyone can take those concrete ideas and put them right into their goals to help them with whether they're setting beauty bar goals or using some of those action steps of different things you do to hit another type of goal. So loved everything you said. It's awesome. And I love hearing, and I know Darlene said the same thing. I mean, you guys got to understand, just because we've been in the business longer or we're leaders doesn't mean we don't have hit all the same obstacles you guys do. So, Dina's
Yeah.
always high in sales, but she hits all the same things. She doesn't have some magic tree with all these people that just want to buy from her. I mean, she hits it too. So it's just the determination of going back and keep doing it over and over and not letting that no get in your way, and being focused with your time and just doing it over and over again. Yeah, Darlene.
I think Haley wanted to say something about.
Yeah,
the
I think she does too.
Yeah, I wanted to piggyback off that because I do feel like I think I'm a personal example of this. Happens in my business every once in a while, and it happened last month. I am an avid partier. I party multiple times a month. Like my highest month, I think, was like 12 parties. Typically, I try to keep it between like 6 to 8 though, because that's what's more manageable for me with a full-time job. But in December, I had a big fat 0. I had 0 parties in December. However, I still had a little over 1,800 in sales. That only happened because of the partying that I consistently do all the time and building up my VIP group to what it is right now. But with that being said, though, that's even more for me, that's even more motivation to be like, okay, I got to start over. Sometimes that happens, right? And like what Debbie said, right? Like it doesn't matter if we're sometimes at the tops of the leaderboards, if we're at whatever rank, we all have that. We're at some point, like for whatever reason, kind of like what Dina said, like you could be doing all the things, it didn't align. I didn't have parties for lack of asking, because I'm like the first person to always tell people, like, you've got to ask. The answer is always no, unless you ask, right? So for whatever reason, it didn't happen. And so to prevent myself from being discouraged, and I wonder if there's anybody else that's kind of similar personality to me, if I hear too many no's, I get discouraged and I shut down or I get overwhelmed. So what I do, and I think a lot of us might be like that. So what I do is I set really small micro goals for myself, but I do it very consistently. So I was on vacation this past week and I let myself enjoy my vacation, but I'm always like, I can't just put everything on hold because my business won't be there when I come back. And if I put everything on hold when I go on vacation. So I set a very manageable goal for myself. And I said, I need parties for January. So I'm reaching out to 2 people a day until I get 1 party booked. So for me, I thought, okay, can I handle hearing 2 no's, or can I handle hearing, nothing, right? Because some people don't message you back. And my idea was like, well, I'm on vacation. So what I can handle right now is 2 people hearing 2 no's or getting 2 no responses, right? So that's what I did. And then I booked a party. Was it last night? I think it was last night. I booked a party, and that was after messaging people for about 4 to 5 days, 2 people a day. So between 8 to 10 people. And statistically, that is how many you'll book. But the way I did it was, instead of just messaging 10 people all at once, I broke it up a little bit. So, you know, you have to figure out what works best for you. But the biggest thing too, that I've discovered this about myself is through doing personal development. So whatever that means to you, whether that's physically reading a personal development book or listening to a podcast, or we listen to it on Audible. Like there's a bunch of us in from my team who do a monthly book club, and we do a different book each month. But you have to feed your brain with the positivity, because otherwise when you get those no's and you feel that discouragement, you're gonna fall into that unless you know, set yourself and your mind up for success by feeding it with all the positivity. So whether that's getting on a call, whether it's hopping on here, right? Like whatever you need to do, but you've got to do something, because, you know, we can talk all day about how to get parties, about how to run them, about how important they are. But if your mindset isn't there and you're not like, you know, you haven't figured out what you need in order to deal with the rejection that we're all going to get at some point or another, right? Then that's going to be a really big barrier for people. So that's all I just wanted to say, is that you really get with that mindset, start 2023 with feeding your brain with all the things that it needs in order to be able to do these things, like get the bookings and the parties.
That
Love
that
it, Haley. Oh, Dina,
Oh.
you want to?
Sorry,
Go
I
ahead.
just piggyback off that. I 1000% agree with you. The mindset and not getting discouraged and not feeling like they're getting all these sales. How are they doing it? What's going on? Because there's so much behind the scenes with follow up, or we like, I probably reach out to 50 people to get, you know, those 3 or 4 parties booked. And for enrolling, I'm probably reaching out to the 50 people to get those conversations going. So the numbers, a lot of the background stuff with the follow-up and the personal development, I watch a Connect the Dots every single day, and that helps my mindset, because I will get discouraged and think like, I'm surprised I've reached out to this many people. I haven't enrolled. So if you've never seen a Connect the Dots on our official Color Street Stylist group page, they are absolutely fantastic. And you can do a specific search to look up for, you know, bookings or setting goals or enrolling or a VIP group or vendor shows, whatever it is that at that moment you want a little more information on. It just helps hearing from other people in the field. And so I completely agree, Haley. Thank you. Love that.
Awesome. I mean, again, this is why we do
Love
these
it.
calls. I don't know about you guys, but I'm so motivated now and excited to start reaching out to people tomorrow. And like Dar said earlier, we have more things coming this year to our makeup line that we'll be able to have way more products to keep offering people. So in our beauty bars, it's going to be a great year. I feel really good about the people on this call. I feel really good. I've been watching people nod. I've been watching people's facial expressions. I've been watching the chat, and I don't know, raise your hand if you feel motivated from the call today, because of course that's our goal. Who's excited to write their goals? I will put in Beautifully Polished a little graphic that says goals, 2023 goals, and let's share them with each other, so we can again celebrate with you, help you, motivate you. But we are a team, and we're here for each other. And that's the biggest thing to know, is you're not in this business alone. So if you're ever feeling alone, connect in with the team. Call someone if you feel like you're sitting home and you need the motivation to do it. Text somebody. We're here to motivate. We're here to get you excited. We're here to share ideas. That's what this job is all about. It's being able to share and the camaraderie. So you're never alone. We're going to get these goals. We are going to do great things in 2023. I just know it. So, oh, good. You posted the graphic. Thank you, Dar. Jeez, I'm stumbling over words today. That's the Super Squad one that we told you about with the little pictures. Super cute. If you want to set 700 as your PV goal, it has really great. And if you want to do a little bit less, you could just take maybe tweak it to what your needs are, but it's a really great graphic. And a nice Google sheet to go along with it. Did you post the Google link too? Yeah, with some directions with it. It's really good. Sticking up, oh yeah, goal training from last year. That was a good one too. That was a good motivator, Brandy, you're right. And sometimes it just takes that one training, connecting or hearing something. You may have heard something 20 times, but all of a sudden you're in the right place to hear it. It's a new day, you're in the right headspace, and you may have heard it 100 times, but now all of a sudden it sets in. So just because you watched a training doesn't mean the next time you watch it, it's going to mean the same thing to you. So rewatching trainings is great too. Oh, good. Your 2023 bullet journal. That's cool. A vision board to keep your eyes on the prize and mindset for sure. My daughter does, both my kids do. I'm trying to think of the name of their calendars. Passion planners. If you haven't heard of that, they're pretty cute. I'm a phone calendar person, but the passion planner has you check in with your goals and has you write things throughout it. It's pretty darn cool. It has you reflect every month and it's written right in the planner. So if you are looking for a new planner, passion planner is a really good one too. All right, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. I can, if we have a few minutes, if anybody has any questions, we can open it up for a few minutes here. I don't know if anybody has any questions. I know it's a late call, so I don't want to keep people on too late. Seeing tomorrow.
Deb, I have a question.
Yeah.
Have they announced yet what the next cosmetic product is going to be? Because I know at one point they were talking about a bronzer.
No, they haven't.
Okay.
I know stuff, but I'm not.
Okay. You can't
I
tell
don't
us.
think
All
they
right.
announced it.
I'm just
I don't
super
think-
excited for that because the
and the
lipstick is
reason-
fabulous.
And like Dar mentioned earlier, they want, one thing they're really making sure they do with this next drop is when lipstick came out, feedback given to them, they didn't miss the mark, but they missed the mark. Like they weren't ready with the application sticks to put it on. They weren't ready with some of the little brochures. So they want to make sure with the next one that they are fully ready with all the stuff that we need to go along with it to promote it the best we can. So I can tell you that. But Dina, I think that was on our call, wasn't it? When they told us what's next? Yeah. So I'm sorry, but you'll be excited. Oh, you muted yourself.
I know I'm going to be. I know I'm
Yeah.
going to be. If
And
it's
what's gonna
anything
be
like
so
the
fun,
lipstick,
there's so many great makeup, like TikTok tutorials and stuff out there. So the more we have, it'll be fun. Start watching them now so you can gain experience of my daughter actually put a funny one out. Her and my husband have, I think, 2,000 views on it. She's putting her makeup on, showing you how to put it on, but she had him commentate it. So it's titled something like my dad's opinion on my makeup or something. And he talks through as she's putting it on. So it got a lot of views. So start watching all those fun TikToks of what people do. So as we get more products, you'll be ready to go with some fun TikToks and reels and application stuff.
Haley, if Deb saw your comment, you're on next month, girl.
Oh, how do you get on the call for when we found that stuff out?
Oh, that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. The makeup stuff. That was the corporate call, I think, not the Monday call.
That's senior executive director, I think, and
Yeah.
the Brilliance call, Brilliance
Yeah.
group.
Yeah. So, I'm 99.9%. That's where it was, and we can't share yet, but you'll be excited. Any other questions? All right. So why don't we unmute and we're gonna end on a little cheer here. Not like a cheer, but I think we all need to clap together because I think we are definitely ready to set our goals. If you are ready to set goals, tell me, give a me. Hear it. All right. And I will get a graphic. I'll post something right now. So if you have your goals written and ready, you can already start posting them. Again, once you put it out there, it puts that into the, out in the universe.
no going
So it
back.
holds you more accountable. So don't keep your
Absolutely.
goals in your head or you will not do them. Right? All right, everybody. Thank you for getting on tonight. Happy New
Night.
Year. Happy 2023. And we are going to
Deb.
kill it
Thank
this
you,
year.
Dina. Thank you, Haley.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Dar.
Bye.
Bye.
Happy New
Bye.
Year.
Happy
Happy
New
New
Year.
Year.